Welcome back to Algebra 2, Chapter 3, Section 2, Goal 2 in this book. These videos can only be, because of my camera and YouTube, they can only be 12 minutes. So if I go over, I have to splice, and that's a pain. So I've started putting Goal 2 in a separate video if we need it. So it's a word problem. And there are certain word problems that are super classic and you need to memorize how to do them. A lot of times you will be given information where you can write two facts. Like, for example, one of the ones they like is you are selling football tickets and you need to make $1,200, and you're going to sell child's tickets for a price and adult tickets for a price, and they tell you what those prices are, and they tell you that you're hoping to sell 200 tickets. So you can write two sentences. You can say the number of people who are children plus the adults should be the number of tickets, and then you can do the child's ticket times how many you have plus the adult ticket plus how many you have equals your total money. And those are your usual two sentences. It's real important that you get the idea that there are not infinite number of math problems. There are certain math problems that you just see over and over again, and you do them and you memorize how to do them, and then later on things will change. Instead of it being football tickets, it's a play. Instead of it being, whatever it is, it's the same problem. If you recognize it, you go, oh, I know how to do this one. It's not that there's infinite number of math problems out there. There's only certain ones they give you. And by the time, definitely that you finished college algebra, you pretty much know all the problems. You know all the word problems. It's different situations. Sometimes you're joining a pool. Sometimes you're joining Sam's or some club like that. But it's just the same problems. They just change the words. So the thing you want to do with word problems is get rid of the words and just have the numbers. So this is in your book on page 151. I'll read it to you and I'll show you what I did. A caterer is planning a party for 64 people. I hit a number, so I wrote it down. Total number of people, 64. Now your book probably named it something else. I name it stuff that I can remember what it is, and I don't go, what is that 64? Because I could get confused halfway through the problem. The customer has 150 people, $150 to spend. Total money equals 150. A $39 pan of pasta. Pasta costs $39. Feeds 14 people. Pasta feeds 14 people. And a $12 sandwich tray. Sandwiches cost $12. Feeds 6 people. Sandwiches feed 6 people. How many pans of pasta and how many sandwich trays should the caterer make? Now, in real life, they better make extra, because everybody is going to want a little of both. This is when you're out, and there's varieties, you're going to eat it all. But we'll pretend this situation. Okay, so then that's all knowns. So I have to figure out what's my unknowns. My unknowns is how many people are eating sandwiches and how many people are eating pasta. And if I have that, and also, when you're doing this, you think, okay, what have we been learning so far? We've been learning systems of linear equations where you have two equations and they both have x and y, and nobody has any exponents. So what we're probably going to need is x and y. So I said x is the number of people eating sandwich, y is the number of people eating pasta. And then I have to think, what two facts do I know? Well, I know that the sandwich people and the pasta people are going to add up to be 64. And I also know that, but this isn't just the people, this is the number of trays of each one. So I have to multiply this tray by how many it feeds. Pasta feeds 14, sandwiches feed 6. Okay, so here it is. 14 times pasta plus 6 times sandwich equals 64. Enough to feed everybody. Okay, so that was one sentence. Now my other sentence is the money, and this is what they always do. They make one of the sentences about the people, the other one about the money. So it's like, how many people went to the football game? How much money did we collect? It's always two different sentences. So here's the money. $39 times my number of pasta plus 12 times my number of sandwich equals 150, all my money. So now, I don't care how your book did it. I don't care if they did it with substitution or combination or whatever. We're going to use our calculator. because it's fun and it's fast and it's just something you need to know how to do. So when you get to this one, we're calculatoring it. So to put it in our calculator, we have to solve for y. So why is y not alone? It's got a plus 6x, so we minus 6x from both sides. I'm going to write in a different color so you can see it better. These cancel out, and we get 14y equals negative 6x plus 64. Now why is y not alone? It's got multiplied by 14, so we divide by 14. Who gets divided by 14? Everybody. It's a pirate party. Now we can reduce these, because 2 goes into 6 and 14, 2 goes into 64 and 14, but our calculator doesn't care. Oh, so we can just put them in, just like this. So we're going to put this in for y1 equals, and use that alpha y equals to put these in as fractions, or you've got to put them in parentheses, or else you're going to end up with the wrong thing. Okay, now we're going to solve for y2. So I do minus 12x from both sides. Those cancel out. Now why is y not alone? It's got a times 39, so everybody gets divided by 39. Those cancel out, and it's the same thing. Use that alpha y equals numerator denominator, or you need to put these in parentheses. Okay? So then you've got them both in there. There's y1, there's y2. Hit graph, and then go second trace, intersect, and either arrow down or push number 5. And then here's our Dorothy. There's no place like home. Enter, 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 and they tell you the answer. X is 6, Y is 2. You should get 6 trays of sandwiches and 2 of pasta. No, you're gonna run out and people are gonna be mad. You better make more than that. All right. Now, what if for this to work on our little calculator screen, we need to have the intersection point. So sometimes your window's bad and they're going to intersect way over here somewhere and it won't tell you the answer. There's 2 things you can do. One is you can go to the button that says window, and for max for the X and max for the Y, figure out what your biggest thing is going to be. Well, people is 64, but my total money is 150. It can't be more than that. So I would put in 160 for both. Then my X should be on the screen. Or there's also under the button that says zoom, which is kind of funny. It makes me think of, there used to be a show back in the 70s for kids on PBS, and they'd sing zoom, 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 zoom. I bet it's on YouTube. Anyway, you can also do zoom fit, and then it should have the X on there. So there's a couple of ways, but you need to have that X on your screen, and you might have to adjust it to be able to use this. I promise you it's worth it. Easier than combination, easier than substitution, especially when you get very odd fractions. You need to just use that calculator. You paid a lot of money for it, use it. Math is great.